This was an unbelievably great trip. We flew to Seattle, where we started our tour with a motor coach ride to Vancouver. In Vancouver, we boarded a cruise ship and went up through the Inside Passage and Tracy Arm, a several-day cruise, seeing a lot of whales en route, to Juneau, Alaska. From Juneau, we reboarded the ship and continued our cruise up to Skagway, Alaska. In Skagway, we boarded the White Pass and Yukon Railroad, following the old Gold Rush route to Whitehorse, Yukon Territory. From Whitehorse, we continued up through the North Yukon Territory, heading north to Dawson City. In Dawson City, we boarded a plane for Fairbanks, Alaska, then a motor coach to McKinley Resort and Denali National Park. From the Denali National Park, we took the Alaska Railroad on an 8.5-hour ride through Alaska to Anchorage. From Anchorage, we were flown back to Seattle to end our tour. While on a sightseeing tour in Skagway, we got to see the train that we were going to be riding the next day, running on the hillside behind us across the river. That evening we found a show, and while there, Mary decided to audition for a job as a dance hall girl.
We're gonna start with the right foot first. It goes knee, touch, kick, right. Now switch to the left. Knee, touch, kick, right. Now add a bounce. Knee, touch, kick to the left. Knee, touch, kick again. Knee, touch, kick one more. Knee, touch, kick. That's it. I think that's some music now. Nice and easy, Teddy. A 5, 6, 7, 8. Knee, touch, kick. Now this is a real kick line. Everybody clap. Now you understand that we can do the can, kicking up our sweet jams. How without a doubt we kick in hand. Take a bow, kick a woo! There we go, now shoot, try!
After Mary's can-can dance, I started drinking pretty heavily and was led backstage by a girl with a rather dubious reputation. After we exited backstage together, I might have looked a little guilty, but I'm almost innocent. Now the 107-mile trip on the White Pass and Yukon Railroad to Whitehorse in the Yukon Territory.
Yay! You can let me know as I'm coming through, and you don't have to avoid eye contact with me. That'll hurt my feelings more.
We visited Whitehorse before heading north for the day-long ride to Dawson City. The Yukon Territory is a very remote region, about the size of California and half of Nevada put together, but only 6 communities in the whole area. Making a short rest stop on the way to Dawson City. A little further down the road, we spotted some bears, and the driver stopped for a couple minutes to let the group watch the bears find new foliage along the side of the road.
Somebody's doing it.
Yay for cool!
Dawson City sits about 150 miles south of the Arctic Circle. It was founded during the 1892-1893 gold rush. It had to rebuild itself about every 10 years during the next 100 years due to disastrous fires and floods. Today, gold is still the #1 industry in town, with tourism giving the economy a boost. Everything in town is built on permafrost, so it has to be braced up every few years, as you'll be able to see on some of the older buildings that are starting to sink and fall into the ground. The first evening we went to the show at Diamond Tooth Gertie's, where Mary got up on stage and showed us what she learned at her can-can lesson in Skagway.
Side to the audience. And then turn back around. Big pose. Oh, you're all naturals. Maestro, I think we ought to try that with a little bit of music. What do you think? Okay, we're gonna go nice and slow. 5, 6, 7, 8, and a jump. Knee, jump, knee, and a hip, hip, hip. Very good, everybody. Jump, knee, and a hip, hip. Now we're gonna kick, jump, hip. Very good, jump, hip, jump. Yes, excellent. Well done. Show me your best side arm. Then turn around and pose. Wow, steady. Okay, you know what it's time for? It's time for the back row beauties to become front row stars. What do you all think? Do you think the back row should come to the front? Well, it doesn't matter what you think because that's what I've deemed is going to happen. Okay, and you know what? I think we need to try it up a little bit. Yeah, it seems like it was too slow for these people. They're naturals. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump, knee, and a hip, 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 jump, knee, and a hip, hip, now we kick, jump, kick, jump, kick, jump, kick, jump, kick. Show your best side off, then turn around and go. Thank you so much. The girls will see you safe. You back down to your seats. You keep those skirts for a brief moment.
This was her hotel, which is owned by Holland America. There was only one paved street in town, and all the sidewalks were made of wood. The two buildings on the right are in the next frame. This is how they looked back in the day, and the next frame will show you how they look after they've been sitting empty for a while in Dawson City. A bunch of old boilers and steam engine parts sitting next to this vacant building. The Catholic Church is still active, with masses being held almost every day. We were able to walk inside. I hope the Father keeps the sermons short. Those wooden benches look like they'd get awful uncomfortable. For those who want to continue north, there is a ferry on the edge of town, will take you across the river to the gravel road on the other side. We had a chance to tour dredge number 4. The largest dredge ever built in North America was used in gold dredging operations just outside of Dawson City. When it was time to leave Dawson City, we boarded our plane for Fairbanks, Alaska. Sign at the Fairbanks Cultural Center showing a sunset of 12:20 a.m. and sunrise at 3:19 a.m. You better sleep fast, you have less than 3 hours of darkness. In Fairbanks, we got to go on the top-rated river cruise in the U.S. We stopped and visited a recreated native village, got to visit some Alaskan Huskies and see how they're trained to pull the sleds.
And we are going to foster a love of running throughout their entire lives. So again, we use older dogs to train the puppies. You hook up a couple of well-run adult breed dogs out in front of your team. 2 to 4 to 6 puppies behind them. You give the adults the command to go, all right. They take off running down the trail. The puppies are chasing after them, except for this time they're helping us pull the sled. And honestly, within just a few minutes, it was
really big, fluffy black and white dogs. Whereas you can see these guys aren't as big or fluffy, and they're not black and white. So the Siberian Huskies, they're a lot bigger. They have more muscle, and they're used to be able to pull a lot of weight for a short amount of time. Whereas these guys, they're a little bit smaller, and they're really fast, so they can pull a little bit of weight for a long amount of time.
Back on the road to Denali National Park. A few shots from the hike near our hotel. Now we board a park tour bus for a 5.5-hour ride through Denali National Park. This is the lobby of where our room is. Nice chalet. Beautiful place. Beautiful views of the snow-covered mountains outside. It looks like the fog's starting to move in up there. The clouds are covering it over there. This side, the mountains are still pretty clear.
No, it's going. Just get it close.
Right there.
Denali, formerly Mount McKinley, there in the background. Time to board the Alaska Railroad's McKinley Explorer for the 8.5-hour ride down to Anchorage. We'll be served lunch on board.
So the Nanana River over here, this is the one that flows behind the lodges. This is the only one you'll see today that's different from the rest that flows north. The river